Okay, welcome back to the channel. We have our Cheltenham October meeting. Always exciting to see racing back at Cheltenham. I know we haven't got the Cheltenham Festival just yet, but just to see them at the Cheltenham track is always getting the juices flowing for the season. We've got quite a lot to get through. 5 races we're going to look at on Friday. Then we're also going to have a look at 5 races on Saturday. And before we get into that, I just want to say thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Our subscribers are flying up. Really delighted to see that. Really good that you're all enjoying the content. I think we're up to 13 stable tours now here on the channel. So please do go over and check those out. We've actually got a load more to come in the next week or two as well. Okay, Jamie, Liam, both all right, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. It's probably worth noting as well for any jockeys that are fans of the show, Joe. You've had Lily Pinchin on. She's had 4 rides since she came on here. How many winners?
4.
And talking of the number 4, Sean Bowen's had a 4-timer 2 days in a row, and he's the only other jockey that's come on board. So any jockeys that want a good luck charm, I'm not saying we can guarantee you winners, but we're halfway there.
And we had Paul Nichols on yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, yesterday. I wonder if he's just going to go banging 4 winners now. So back Paul Nichols for the next 4 rides and you'll be golden. But no, delighted to be joined by King Casey, Kieran Clavin. How you doing, my friend? You all right?
Yeah, all good, man. Thanks for having me back on. Been a while. I can't remember when was last on. I think I was on with Jaime when I think it was Pat Healy was on.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was a bit. Is that a bit of a dig at us, Kieran? Oh,
no, that wasn't a dig. No. No, not at all. I don't do those sort of things, mate. You know.
I'm only joking, mate. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. But mate, you excited then? Back at Cheltenham, good racing.
Oh yeah, mate. Back at Cheltenham, home for jumps racing, innit? Can't wait.
Got your videos on your channel as well, Kieran. People can find you there.
I done my podcast, ironically enough, for Friday earlier on this afternoon. It's already up on my channel.
So you're on repeat then? You're on repeat today.
So I'm basically rerunning this now because I've already gone through Friday. So this could be fun. But there we go.
Okay. Well, there you go. You'll be well versed. I'm a little bit behind, I must say, looking through the cards, but there are a few that stand out along the way. And let's get into it then, boys. We're going to start with Friday, the opening race, the 1:15, the William Hill each way extra handicap hurdle over 2 miles, just shy of 2 mile 4 actually. A really deep field here. When I first had a look, I thought, have we had the decks yet? And it looks like we are. We've got a 20 runner handicap to open up the Cheltenham cards. Kieran, we might as well come to you then on the basis of that first of all. Sorry, I'm a bit off on what I said. We'll go through the betting actually first. Navajo Lady 6-1, East India Express 7s, Classic King at 9s, Friendship at 9s, and then we go into the remainder for double figures. If you got a fancy in the opening race, then Kieran, you're going to kick us off with a winner.
Right. So I cut it down. As you said, there's 20 runners in the race. It's just like it's an absolute minefield to start. But I know Liam likes these sort of races as well. Big handicap gets stuck into. I cut it down to 3. I think Navajo Indy will have a decent chance on his comeback. Obviously, decent form around Newbury last year. If he comes back to anywhere like that for Tom Simmons, he should have a shape. But he's maybe a little short in the betting, judging on the handicap. I've got 2 handicap debutants. I know you like one of them because you've mentioned it before. I fancy. This last rodeo is the first one for Christian Williams. One at Lingfield over 2 mile 3, back end of last season on soft ground. Christian Williams come out and said that he'd probably be better over a bit of a further trip. I know it's only a furlong further, but better ground as well. Goes in here off a mark of 118, so pretty low down the weights. Could have a squeak on handicap debut. And then the other one is Signed Again for Charlie Longston. That's the one that you've mentioned before for Chepstow. Didn't run at Chepstow because I think the ground was too quick, was it? Was that the reason? 2 wins at Plumpton and Sedgefield. Disappointing banger, but the vet reported that something went amiss afterwards. I think there was a issue that he had afterwards. A mark of 1-2-3 for handicap debut. Obviously, like you said, and it's Lily Pinchin can't do no wrong at the moment. 4 winners I think she's had in the last 4 rides. So those would be the 2 on my radar for this race.
Yeah, nice and good. Yeah, really nice horse Sign Again. Like you said, Lily actually won 2 novice hurdles on Sign Again. She spoke about him in pretty decent light. So I definitely see the angle there. I'm the same as well with last rodeo, Kieran. He was actually, I'm pretty sure he was entered as well at Chepstow and didn't run for the ground. And there's something sort of nice about his handicap mark. He just looks well in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Liam, Sorry, anything else?
No. Go on there. He definitely looks well in off 118 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We have American Sniper, a bit of an old favourite of ours in here. Well, mine, should we say, Jamie? He's gonna set a pretty strong pace here, isn't he? Does that set it up for anything else that you fancy, or
me or Liam?
You, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, me. No,
unless I'm called Jamie now.
Yeah. I came down on nothing. Last rodeo maybe would be the one, but I was like you, Joe, 4, 5, 6 or 7 in this.
Yeah.
I'll wait and look at American Sniper, and I'll wait till November meeting and wait till that 3-miler he won when you were next to me in the bar.
Yeah.
After that, no.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. It's a pretty damn deep handicap, this one. Struggling, like we said, to nail a few down myself. Liam, have you got anything that's stand out? Obviously, Jazzy Matty's in here, one of your ultimate favourites. What have we got?
Quite easy, isn't it, Joe? Prince Imperial, Sean Bowen's on board. That
Yeah,
wins,
there we
I'm
go.
sure.
Yeah.
I
I feel like he'd win the Grand National on a Blackpool donkey at this point.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise you, would it? The way that he's riding, unbelievable the last couple of days. I've got 4 horses in this race that are all in my tracker, Joe. It's obviously then trying to identify the day, isn't it? It's all well and good finding the horses that you think will win, but then trying to find the day for them could be the difficult part. One is at the head of the market, Navajo Indy. So happy to see him stepped up in trip. He's always looked like he needs the intermediate distance. I think they'll potentially go for a big pot with him, but he does have a really good record going fresh, so it wouldn't surprise me if he were to run well. Jazzy Matty, I do have a theory on this, and I don't know for sure, but I think potentially their plan is to come back for the Greatwood. So I think potentially this isn't his trip. 2 miles at Cheltenham, as Kieran Collins has already said himself. Some quotes from Road to Cheltenham. He loves it round here over 2 miles. A record of first, second, first. I think try and get lowered a couple of pounds, running in front of the British handicapper, and then come back for the Greatwood, perhaps with a claimer on someone like Owen Staples, and have a tilt at a big pot. So I'm not going to play Jazzy Matty in this. I've already had a big outlay for the 2 mile, to be honest, Joe. Done me dough.
Been hurt with that one.
So I have got 2 in the race. I'll be happy to play 2 in this. The first of which is Classic King, a really impressive winner when the last was omitted at Doncaster earlier last season, and he absolutely bolted him by about 6 lengths, and has still been progressive and hit the frame in higher quality handicaps since then. Cobden on board. 9-1 has been backed in from 12s. I think Classic King's definitely worth an each way punt. But the main bet in this race, I put him up at 33-1 over at Oddschecker as an Ante-Post bet. And it's Manila Missile for Evan Williams. Now, it can be a little bit difficult to second guess what connections are doing with regards to their horses at times. He's been Captain Teague over the Ballymore trip, so a furlong further on this course. Captain Teague went on to win the Challow, is rated far higher. He must be well enough 127. There's got to be a day in him. I'm hoping it's this weekend, Joe, because as I say, I'm on him at 33. So Manila Missile, the main bet, and I wouldn't put anybody off Classic King each way either.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Nice one, Liam. Yeah, look, like I said, I've struggled to narrow this down. I'm a big fan of the KTDA boys. They run Bowens on Fire here. I'm a big fan when they bring these Irish horses over, because they just seem to travel all over ours, and I feel like they can even underperform and still get near ours at the finish. So I don't think you should write off Bowens on Fire. Jack Kennedy already jocked up at 9-1, and the plan is to run. Friendship is interesting. He fouled last time out, but he's definitely a horse that's in the 130s. But because he's off 128 and he fouled, he's basically coming in here untouched effectively. I see him ahead of the handicapper. But then, like you said, I like Sign Again. I also like Night Temper at the bottom at 40-1 off a big layoff. So it's just getting a bit tricky for me to nail it down to 1. So I've got to leave the race alone. Right, we go on to the 150. The novices chase over 2 miles. We've got King of Kingsfield at 11-4. Country Mile at 11-4, 9-2 for Al Nilam. We've got 9-1 for Adrigal. That's a really interesting run here with Owen Staples, the jockey you just mentioned there, Liam, as well. Adrigal's a really good horse. I think he'd absolutely love the Cheltenham track. I got King of Kingsfield a little bit wrong here. I thought they were entering him to find out a mark for the future. Gordon said that they were going to sort of put him away to the spring. Perhaps this is or isn't his day, but surely he's that good. He's going to be competitive here, like whatever happens, you know. I just can't figure the race out, so I'm struggling again, boys. I'm gonna need a little bit of help. Jamie, have you got anything in here?
It all depends if Mr. Skelton has something on the steering job and the handbrake on for the mark of 137. But I mean, like the race
around here before, didn't he? Cruise around here.
Yeah. I mean, like the Foreman and whatever it is, they're beating the last day. Well, he's getting £5 off it this time. Surely they can't hide as much this time compared to the debut run at Uttoxeter. Relieved the duty was the one I nearly came down with, but beating a horse like a Full of Life wouldn't be an absolute world beater for Henry the Bombhead.
Yeah.
I will say that. King is Kingsfield, won the last day against Birdie or Bust, but lost to Westport Cove over 2 miles of Roscommon. Beat Mike Grape made at Galway. But that was 2 miles too. I think King Kingsfield is over here to see the mark of 145 and to see. I think he needs further now. And I think sharp 2 miles around Cheltenham is not his bag. You see the last day against Birdie or Bust and when he beat my great mate at Galway. He needs further, I think. And I think they're here to have a little trot around and maybe now the plate is switched to the old track. He's definitely could be a player at the end of the season on better ground than a plate because I don't think you'll see him after this. But it's by process elimination, Joe. I'm like, even Country Mile was that he's not going to go up that too high in the handicap. I know he won on the new track beating Wingman last year, as Liam will get onto, but like 5-2. I think it's just the process of elimination. I think he just probably win because of the run after the Uttoxeter and getting £5 from Hannah Lamb. They can't really hide that much, and that's just me.
Yeah, I'd be sceptical of him. I would over fences myself. Again, I haven't really nailed my colours down, so I'll just shut up. Actually, Liam, what do you fancy here?
It's a bit of background noise from one of us. I'm not sure who it is. Can anybody else hear it? Interference? Just out of interest. Yeah.
K-Dog, I think there's a bit of back noise coming.
Yeah, the 150 at Cheltenham. Country Mile. Obviously, I've been a big fan of this horse. I've really thought that he was one who was going to be lined up for the County Hurdle last season, and I still do think that potentially the intentions for this horse are kind of grand annual. I think that the yard themselves and Dan Scout will be looking for something else, perhaps a little bit younger and fresher, to replace Unexpected Party, who they've had a tilt at that race with on a couple of occasions. And that therefore makes me wonder, I know Jaime said he can't hide that much, but he's almost on the perfect mark already. Does he want to go up anymore in the handicap? That's my concern. And when you're trying to second guess a yard, it does make life difficult. If there's no alarming drift before the off, and let's say that price holds and he's 5-2 and I'm there on track, I'll have a whack on him.
Yeah.
The way he won that race, he won that race unbelievably well last December at Cheltenham. He was exceptional. It was ridiculous. He absolutely battered Wingman, and he's rated £2 higher. And when I say battered, he was hard held. Like he was like riding Frankel. It was a joke. People need to go back and watch it. I'm going to post it after this, Joe. It was ridiculous. He's a proper horse, Country Mile. I've been a big fan for a while. 5-2's there on the day. I'll probably have a good lump, and obviously, as everyone will know, and you know especially, mate, I don't really do short prices, but 5-2, yeah, I'll have a load of that with the weight he's getting from the rest.
Yeah, interesting. Like you said, check out the price, sort of the market moves. I suppose if he drifts, then maybe goes up to 4-1, you leave him.
I would do, mate. Yeah, and then I'll take my medicine if he were to go and win. But yeah, I'd leave him if there's some sort of drift, mate. Yeah, wouldn't want to get involved.
But as it stands, 2-4 Country Mile. Kieran.
I'm going to make it a bit of a clean sweep if the handbrake's off. Like, he should be winning this. Like, if the handbrake's off, it's a decent run, obviously, at Uttoxeter behind Owl and Lamb. If the handbrake is on Owl and Lamb, I think, well, Owl and Lamb will make the run in, I would have thought, again, under Sean. Although Sean does like to follow horses coming into the straight, I've noticed.
I reckon Centaur will be up there with him as well, the top weight, Kieran. I think this
possibly, the Nichols horse, yeah.
Falls along.
But if, like Liam said, if Country Mile travels like he can do and he jumps well, he should be beating these, really. If he's any hope of being a decent animal over fences, he should be beating these. And like you say, getting the £5 off Val down from last time as well. He should, whether they decide to leave the handbrake on and he's cozied round and nursed round again, and him and Kingsfield both out the back together, and everybody's screaming at the TV like they were this afternoon with some of those at Worcester. Then we'll go from there. But if he's fully on tune and Friday's the day, then yeah, I think he'll win. Country Mile.
Okay, well, interesting there. 3-4 Country Mile. We're just going to move on to the 225, the conditional jockeys handicap hurdle, over 2 miles and 87 yards, which could make all the difference, lads. You never know. The 11-2 favourite here is actually King William Rufus for Chris and Freddie Gordon. Then we've got 13-2 for Rubber Ball. 8-1 for Cavern Club, who looks a really decent price here to me. But James Owen has also got Charging Thunder here at 8-1 as well. And he's also got Prince Quattro at 25-1. So plenty of decent horses in this field, lads. Liam, we'll come to you first this time.
Struggling a little bit with this one. The one
Okay.
I really did fancy is a horse called Jazzy Matty, but he's not entered, Joe. So,
you gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go.
Don't worry, me and Kieran will have words on Friday. So yeah, mate. Obviously, all eyes were on Jazzy Matty for this race for me. I was hoping he'd line up, but then again, I probably should have considered the fact that Kieran's coming in here pretty mobbed-handed. Was he got 2-3 runners? Yeah, I imagine that you probably fancy one from James Owen, and you'll probably have more of a case to make if that is the case, Joe. So I'll leave that to you. But yeah, Rubber Ball is the only one that I would mention. Neil King, early part of the season, has had some success at Cheltenham with Look Away, actually, a couple of seasons ago when he managed to get him right. He turned out to be a nice horse. So yeah, I wouldn't be sleeping on him, but no solid opinion, mate.
Okay, Kieran, have you got anything here?
The one I came down on is Zal. If I pronounce this right, I might absolutely butcher this. Zalchenenki, Paul Nicholls is with Freddie Keithley on board. Another one again, making his handicap debut. Finished third at Chepstow behind Inside Man. I know when you had Daff on for Chepstow, he fancied him for the Welsh champion hurdle. Now he's rated 124 Inside Man, and Zalcha Enki gets 100. Is rated 115 for 3.5 lengths. So obviously, if Nicholls can improve him for the handicap debut, he's just big field settles. I think he's got an each way chance for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Going on that form line through Inside Man anyway.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like you said, you with Paul Nicholls, I'm sure he's going to come on a fair amount. Liam, have you got something to say there, or am I just seeing that wrong?
No, not at all, mate. No.
Jamie?
He was definitely one I came down and said Jetcon Enki because Freddie Keeley takes 8 off and he's down to 10 stone racing weight. The form an Inside Man, but there's another one as well here that I like. It came on as had a wind operation and it's trained by Fergal O'Brien. The Lupa, it's 14-1. Has form and it was third behind. Oh well, it's Cheltenham. Fergal O'Brien start of the season. Do you know what I mean? But the one that he has a squeaky tray. He's a form with Inside Man, was third to Inside Man at Chepstow, and Inside Man then beats Zekon Enki. So there's your two form lines. But the one I really like, who hasn't run, and it's James Owen's horse, like Nathan Howe, doesn't take anything off, but hasn't run since Doncaster 24, 13th of December, but 1-2 Egg and Spoon race of Faking in Sedgefield. It's Charging Thunder. Has form on the flat, was third in a Northumberland plate behind Spirit Mixer in the summer. I'm like, because he's fit from the flat, he should be beating these, and he's definitely my top pick in this. It'd be Charging Thunder and a Lupa for me, but I'd be more Charging Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nice one, Jamie. This is actually one I've got quite a strong fancy in, and it is Cavern Club. It is one of the James Owen runners. Well, I was actually up there with you, Jamie. He got beat by Reckless Eric on the old course. I like the way this horse moves. He's really straightforward. He's a good jumper, and he loves Cheltenham. He really enjoyed himself there. He's got a strong finish. I know he's quite high up in the weights in comparison to some of them here, but he's a hardy, battled, ready horse. I think he's going to take a lot of beating there, actually, at 8-1. I'm not confident on many this weekend, but he would definitely be a strong shout for me. Loves Cheltenham. Yeah, he's the one for me. Cavern Club there. The 3 o'clock, we have a novice hurdle, which is a grade 2 over 2 miles again, just further than 2 miles. Really nice field here. We've got Ansan Levy for Nigel Twist and Davis, who was really impressive 10 days ago. Fortune de Mare. Jack Hyde was a little bit disappointing in the Persian War. Mr. McLaughlin, who is on a little bit of a roll at the moment. Plenty of nice horses in this line. You've even got Paul's Dream and Run for Marla coming over from Ireland. Obviously, the man Charles Burns is bringing one over. Jamie, have you got to take note of that here?
Oh, no. He's only coming over for those.
Fair enough. That's that then.
It's spinning apart. I like the favourite here on San Levy. Been impressive. Mark Racing both times and he's bumper in novice hurdle. But to me, there's only one winner of this, and you know it's who I'm going to say. It's Skelton all day, regardless of if he has no mark yet over hurdles. So, but like second Black Rocking Beats last year, I fancied him at the October meeting. Then reversed the form. 4th in hunting, forget about that. Then was 12th in the champion bumper. He came back at Utah last day. People questioned his finishing effort, but he just needs to run. And he's back at Cheltenham. He's 3-1 to find out, and I can't see past him, Joe, and I think he'll win 4-3 to Murph.
Yeah, okay, nice one, Jamie. Any change of opinion there for Liam?
No, I just think that block rocking beats, that form of that race that Jamie's alluding to, where he again it wasn't too dissimilar to the ride that Country Mile was given when beating Wingman in that race. He was just hard held, wasn't it, Jay? And it was really impressive. But that block rocking beats, I think he's faced something like 29 rivals since in his last 3 starts. He's beaten 2 of them. So he's literally finished 16th of 16, 5th of 7, the 2 that he's beat, and then 6th of 6th. However, it is mixed, as I've just said, and Jamie's probably right to think that the form has been frank because the 3rd and 4th have subsequently run pretty well. Subsequently, I do just want to give a shout out to Mr. McLaughlin, a horse that both of us tipped, I think, Joe, a couple of weeks ago. It's a very small syndicate run by a couple of guys, Rob and AJ, and they're taking their chance in graded company now, and fair play to them. He's won 2 on the bounce and has been really impressive on both occasions. So be really interested to see how he goes. James replaces Sean on board. I don't think he's completely without a chance, especially if the rain holds off, which it doesn't look like it's going to do. But after all that waffle, Joe, I don't have a huge opinion.
Yeah, okay, mate, that's fine. To be fair, yeah, he's been winning really well, but half of the influence for me for putting him up was your extra sort of support, really. I said, oh, that's a nice horse. And you're like, oh, well, you were saying, he's a nice horse to go forward with, and they like him too. So really nice to see him sort of get off the mark, and great, like you said, Liam, to see him in a much better race as well. Kieran?
Short and sweet here, all over Fortune Demar in this. I think I know the Twiston Davis horse was impressive 10 days ago, but it was only 10 days ago, and it was market race and novice.
Yeah,
like Jamie said, Fortune Demar's got all the back form and bumpers last season, and we were discussing it with Country Mile about whether he'd have the handbrake on, etc. This is a grade 2. They won it with Val Grand last year. He had a similar prep at Utoxeter. I think Val Grand won his Utoxeter prep, whereas Fortune Demar finished 3rd. Educational ride when he finished 3rd. He was too keen at the Utoxeter. I think it'll be all systems going. I think he'll win well. I think this could be quite impressive. Not sure it'd be so impressive as what Val Grand was last year in this race, if people can remember it. He flew home around the home turn and put Gail Marler to bed.
That was the mare. I couldn't think of the mare's name. That was it.
Yeah, I backed Gail Marler on the day. I thought, they'd go beat this Val Grand. This Val Grand's nothing. And then all of a sudden, whoosh.
Yeah, gone. Yeah.
That was the end of that. But yeah, Fortune Demar for me, man.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, look, Unsanavie could be anything, but I'm very much like you, Kieran. You go, right under the marker racing and then come to Cheltenham, completely different ball game, and I just don't fancy the 7-4 price tag on that. And I think there's again another nice horse in here that's again battle hardened, and he's actually got form with Cavern Club, and it's a horse called Sir Galahad. Ollie Murphy, Sean Byrne can't seem to do too much wrong at the moment. Again, just a really strong traveller. He was 4 lengths behind Cavern Club on his penultimate start, and then he upped that next time out and run much better. But I think everything has been leading to this race here at Cheltenham. I think this is what they've had in mind. Again, he's a strong finisher like Cavern Club, so I'm assuming that this track will sort of suit him quite nicely, and you can back him each way at 9-1. Just a quick word there for Dr. Blue at the top as well. Another nice Dr. Dino for Sam Thomas and Dylan Johnson. I wouldn't give up on this fella yet. He hasn't been seen for a while, but he could well come good this season. But I'd be quite strong on Sir Galahad with that Cavern Club form from previous. Okay, we're going to move on to the 3:35, the handicap chase over 2 miles. We've got a good race here, gents. 11-4 for Calico. We have Jasco de Dom at 4s, 7-1 for Brookie. Oh, sorry, Matata's there at 9-2. They're all in a funny order. And Trepain Law again at 9-1. Has anyone got a standout fancy in here, first of all? Jamie Wrenn?
No.
I think I backed every one of these horses. Actually, that's the sad thing about it. But I think with the process of elimination, Joe, like I Calico off 1-4-2 is definitely seen. He's seen. Yes, go to Dam. Obviously, 5th in the Grand Annual last year. Doesn't win races. Matata, career high mark 160. Like shouldn't be in here really. To be honest, he should be in greater races. Brookie. 149 Brookie, no. Tap Brain Laws, Wrenn last day tips though was still really well beaten. Unexpected Party only out for a trot. Uncle Phil, definitely interesting with Cobden on board. Won a big, went to Dan Moore last year for Willie Mullins, and obviously he's been sold. But I'm going to go with the old timer here. 14-1 to find out each way. And he's still technically, which he is, £16 still lower than his highest mark of 153. And that's third time lucky. He's on a roll, to be honest with you. He won a banger off 129, and then he's won 133 the last day. I think was it Utoxer? On good ground. The better the ground, the better his chance. And at 137,
I'll tell you what, Jamie, the baby's hating your reasoning for third time lucky, mate.
He's finally muted it.
No, I had to do it for him. I just had to do it for him.
Yeah. But no, all jokes aside, the third time lucky, he's still £16 lower than his highest ever mark he achieved. Now, is he as good as he was? Probably not. But the less rain, the better the ground, he's better his chance. Johnny Burke-on 14-1 in this field. Look, all these horses are capable of beating each other on any day. That's this type of race he is. But because he's just on a roll at the moment, I will take a chance on him at 14-20 each way, third time lucky.
Yeah, very fair case made there, mate. Absolutely. Anything on Unexpected Party here, Liam? I noticed that Harry Atkins is riding Unexpected Party, claiming 7. Are they just trying to get his mark down a little bit again? He's getting no younger, is he?
I do think that they'll probably have plans for something else to target the types of targets that Unexpected Party would have been, or they would have tried to line him up for last year. So I do think they'll perhaps try to collect some prize money a little bit earlier in the season, Joe. And he has got a half decent record going fresh. I'm in complete agreement with Jamie, and I would be more than happy at the current prices to throw 2 win bets, one of which at Unexpected Party and the other at third time lucky, and just play them Dutch against the rest of the field. I think people are just assuming that Calico is the one in with the best chance in the scouting yard because Harry's on board. It's funny, we're 5 races in mind, and none of us have mentioned an Irish winner, I don't think, yet. And they won 5 of the 14 races in 2 years ago and 6 of the 14 last year. So we best find some Irish winners at some point.
We'll just chuck a couple in.
But yeah, third time lucky and Unexpected Party, I'd have a win bet on the pair and take my medicine.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Kieran?
Apologies for Luna's intervention there, Jay, while we were chatting away. She just wanted to get her 10 pence in. You're saying about Irish winners. I'm actually going to fancy Hemrizia, Jasmine, and Jasco the Dance. Like I said, doesn't like winning, but then again, how many of these are out there to actually win this race?
That's the
5th
thing,
in the Grand Annual behind Liam's beloved Jazzy Matty. I think he could go close, and I think he's down to a mark now where it could potentially go close. Henry normally has a decent record at this meeting as well. He's had a few go close at this meeting. There's one I've got later on a Saturday that's another one that could potentially go close. But yeah, Jasco the Mars for me. I think I pronounced it right.
Jasco the Dam.
The Dam, see? I've lost my trail of thought now.
No, that's all right, mate. It's fine, absolutely fine. For me, I'm going to take a chance on a horse absolutely bang out of form here, called Uncle Phil. He actually came from Willie Mullins to join Chester Williams. He used to run in the Donnelly Cuddies. He's actually won off a mark of about 140 already. The fact that he's going to come over here and join Chester Williams, he's going to get a proper full campaign. He's going to get a real focused campaign where he's not necessarily going to be high up in the pecking order at Willie Mullins' yard, for example. You've got Harry Cobden in the saddle in a race where Matata may be carrying a bit much. Not sure what the plan is with Unexpected Party. And with you guys of Calico, just go to Dam, not too sure. I'd just take a little bit of a swinger actually at Uncle Phil. I think he might surprise if you come here fresh. I'd imagine, a horse like this, Chester Williams hasn't just said, we'll just go to Cheltenham for a spin. I imagine he's probably got this fella quite geared up, and he might be a bit of a sleeper in the field at 14-1. Okay, let's move on to Saturday. Sorry, I'm so unprepared today, Jen. So we'll start off with the... I even got the Doncaster card up, I'm sorry. Give me a second. Has anyone got the card in front of them?
Yes, mate. The 110 there, 2 mile 4 furlong, the William Hill each way novices limited handicap. Other bookmakers are available. Chance another one, 7-1. Crest of Fortune 8-1. Double Powerful 8. Major Fortune 8. Lightning Flash 10s 12-1 bar.
Perfect.
Joe, what do you fancy in this?
I don't know, Liam. Come back to me. Come back to me, mate. I reckon. Any of the other two lads got anything then? In that case,
I'll go then. I got Newton Tornado stood out to me. Winner at Foss last. A few seconds after that, one at the track. Second at the track behind Diva Luna. Point winner. Yeah, see, got it in there. There it is. Could be well handicapped off 1-2-1. I'll give that a shout. Rebecca Curtis, I think she was pretty keen on him going chasing, so that'd be one for me.
Yeah. Okay. Jamie, you've got a fancy here?
Yeah, I think this is horse going to be smashed up. He's 7-1 at the moment. He's favourite, and it's an Emmett Mullins horse, and I'm definitely tipping an Irish horse there. Absolutely hosed up at Baden Robe in the beginner's chase the last day, beating Nastia. Nastia came on and won a Killarney the last day in another beginner's chase, but now he's back over hurdles, exploiting the mark. Now, he did run off 1:11 in Galway, beaten by Ballystone, won at Baden Robe and the 2 mile 6 handicap before that after a low mark in the 90s. But it's just the way, like, he was beating a length, but bit of a joke. Ran from McNamara, ran well at the stall. Duke Silver won at the stall. Birmingham, Alabama came out and won a handicap at Bailestown. So they're coming over for a pot. I know it was 3 miles at Galway. I didn't think he just didn't quite stay at Galway up the hill. So back to about 2.5 miles, 2 miles 5 at Cheltenham. He will not be 7-1 on Saturday. I can guarantee you that. If he's declared, I see him shortening up, and I actually have backed him already for the sake of that. So 7-1 each way for me for chance another one for him.
There we
Just
go.
notice he's entered up for the Potemps qualifier as well, Jay. Do you think he's more likely to come here for the chase?
One or the other, but I will not back any horse for a Potemps final because I have no interest in him.
Is that tomorrow? Is it as well, the Potemps final?
No, that's Saturday.
Qualifier.
Yeah, both
Saturday.
same
Sorry,
day,
I meant
Joe.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Cool. Okay. Liam, have you got a fancy in here?
I don't. Sorry, mate. No.
Yeah, same with me, and not really sure how to narrow this one down. Double Powerful won really well when I was with you, Jamie, last year. So maybe there's a nice bit of course form there, perhaps. But I'd probably sit on the fence. Nice to see Henrietta Knight's got a runner here, Moonshine Man at the bottom, but may not be good enough. And by the looks of it, is out of the handicap as well. Okay, let's move on to the novice hurdle over 2 miles, 7 furlongs, 7.5 furlongs, pretty much 3 miles. This, to be honest, on the old course. Again, nice bunch of horses in here. Paula Fee at 11-4. We've got Manila Supreme for John McConnell at 5-1. Prices go up quite quick from there. 7-1 Conman John, Soldiers World, and any price you like for the remainder. Inish Corker is an interesting one here for Rebecca Curtis. Again, similar to Uncle Phil. I don't think sort of Rebecca Curtis is going to leave a horse, bring all the way down to Cheltenham unready. Interesting one there, but again, I'm struggling at the moment, gents. Kieran, have you got a fancy here?
Conman Jack was one for Lucinda Russell, just got home on Hurdle's debut at Pat Kelso, just held on. I think the further trip it will suit. And the other one is we finished 5th in a bumper at Punchestown, and the third also in that Punchestown bumper runs, which is Anthony Honeyball's Catching Van Gogh, something? Catch Van Gogh? I think I pronounced it right. Makes his hurdling debut. They quite like him as well. Definitely a trip for him. So those two are on my radar for this race. We'll see which one gets declared, if not both.
Perfect. Jamie Wrenn.
Gordon Elliott horse, I suppose. They're making up for last time. He won a bumper at Leopardstown a couple of Christmases ago and ran around a couple of maiden hurdles and then won the last day. John Patrick wouldn't scream. World beater to me. Manila Supreme is coming here from McConnell. Likes to target these races. You know, he's won this race a good couple of times. But because of the way he won at Kelso and looked like 2 miles 5, but it wasn't enough for him. Conman John, like at 7-1 each way, has to be the bet here. Because just look at the form of that bumper, exactly what Kieran's saying. Soldier Milan, a lot of people have put it off the horse to follow.
Love that horse.
King
I
Rascal,
love that horse.
Bray. Catching and Savo was the one Bunny Ball. I mean, like, risk away. I'm like, stick to the plan was in that bumper. Look what he's done. Jack Sill is one a maiden hurl. Eclipse Chaser was in here. It was very impressive at Navan the last day. So 7-1 each way for me. Conman John, 3 miles the better for him, and he's had his run. Nearly got caught in the Kelso race by a front runner of the same stable. Something for Tom was the name of the horse, but he got there, and I think he needs 3 miles, and 7-1 is massive. Conman John for me as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Kieran. Liam, sorry.
I'd potentially be willing to chance Great Fleet to reverse that form. Second time up after a wind up. Was giving £5 on that day.
Okay.
Sorry, no, was getting weight, wasn't he? Tristan Durrell was in the saddle. Was getting £5 on this day. I think potentially could come on for that run. I'd be willing to chance Great Fleet. Harry Skelton obviously replacing Tristan Durrell in the saddle. It's not with an awful lot of conviction, Joe, but yeah, once I've had a little bit better look at the card, I may end up settling on that. But at first, second, and third glance, I keep being drawn back to Great Fleet.
Perfect. Yeah, I haven't got a bet in here myself, but just to shout out again, KTDA boys got Kinesis SWAT. I'd love them just to bring a horse over here and have a winner at Cheltenham. Like, big supporter there, so hopefully he will run well. Right, let's move on to the 220. We have a handicap chase here. We have nice to see Pied Piper coming over for a spin by the looks of things. We've got Highland, the Changing Man, Melina Girl for Gavin Cromwell. Jesus, lads, have you managed to narrow this down? We've got 25 runners here before declarations at the moment. Is there a fancy amongst the boys?
I think there's a couple of winners from this meeting last year in this field as well. The Short Go, if I recall correctly, one for Henry de Bromhead. Second. Okay.
Second. He had
It
the one too.
Sounds like it was painful for you, Kieran, is the way you said that.
He's on my shortlist. He was the other of the Bromhead horse I mentioned.
Lisbon Lad. Lisbon Lad certainly won. Going from the front.
The Short Go is the other one. Yeah, he was second in this race last year, fifth in the Ultima.
I think that was 2 years ago, Joe. I think they definitely ran in the same race. So, yeah. So obviously, there's a few with form at this meeting in particular. I wouldn't. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's very dependent on how the ground comes up. Last year at this October meeting, what was in front of me, because he's currently saying it's good, but I can't believe that given the rainfall that there has been around here. But if it is good ground, and if the rain was,
you having a much?
Oh, really?
I haven't had much at all. I had a bit yesterday morning, but apart from that, there's been barely anything.
Oh, okay. I'm a good few miles from Cheltenham, to be fair. Obviously, I'm over Herefordshire way. But if it is genuine good ground, of the 14 races last year, 13 of the 14 winners all were prominent or went from the front.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Or led. Only the Wall Park came off the pace. So if that is the case, it might be an angle for people into both cards anyway. And Lisbon Lad again would come into the thinking there. Obviously, he'll go from the front. But yeah, the Changing Man is the one that everyone thinks is going to win a race eventually. I know he did manage to get his head in front in the end last season. He'd be on my shortlist, but I want to see what the ground is actually like. I can imagine even if it is good ground, it'd be a bit tacky. I'm not sure if you'd agree, Joe or Kieran, if you're in the area, but there has been a bit of rain around.
Yeah, it was a fair whack yesterday morning. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be. It's going to be good to soft at least, if not softer.
Okay. And Kieran, who'd you like in it then? The minefield of a race at the moment, anyway.
Well, I had two on my list that I've got. Is a Short Go, like I mentioned, second in the race last year, was fifth in the Ultima. Now £6 higher, but could go close for Emery. And the other one is a bit of a course specialist. Is Transmissions also in here? Obviously, won at the November Amateurs race. Paddy Mullins on board. Why I didn't back, I don't know. I spoke to Paddy the day before, and was like, "Oh, why do you fancy Transmission?" He was like, "Nah, he's got a bit of a squeak," and he hacked up. Didn't he? Absolutely hacked up. Didn't have a penny on. But yeah, obviously fifth in the National Hunt Chase as well. He's got plenty of form around here. Could see what price he turns up at. But yeah, Short Go would be my first, but Transmission I'll keep an eye on as well.
Okay. And Jaime Wrenn?
No, I don't fancy anything this show. No. The Short Go was paying for last year when it was beaten by Senior Chief in the same race. Maybe he is a squeak, but he's up £6 from last year. And he doesn't seem to like winning races, but the better ground, he's better his chance. But no, unless there's a claimer on claiming back to 7 to get him down to the same mark, maybe. But no, they're all the same horse. They're running these races all the time, and it's just getting a bit monotonous now with these races.
Any love for like Highland going off in front? Good jumper, high in the weights, but
they're surely going to protect his mark this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. Have they got a plan for him? I suppose is going to be the question. Interesting to see that Dunboyne is with Ian Donahue as well as Lisnam Old Lad. I didn't notice that at first, but
Sorry, Joe. Sorry, mate, to interrupt. I'd love to get you, all three of your opinions on this. Do you think the introduction of 2 additional handicaps, well, 3 actually, at the festival, the cross country, obviously the National Hunt Chase, and the reintroduced handicap, has been to the detriment of the rest of the season? There's been more scheming, plotting, planning going on throughout the season, and therefore it's been harder to just back horses with any conviction in the lead up
Yeah,
to Cheltenham.
100%. And that's almost how I'm looking at King of Kingsfield at the moment. He's the best horse in that race by miles, and if he's here to turn up and win, he'll win the race. But it again, we've spoken to Gordon, and he said, he's going to put him away after a run and leave him for the spring, and that just makes you think, well, he's going to go for that novice 2 mile forward Jack Richards race, and if he wants to go for that, he's not going to want to win this and go up another £5, and so you've got to decide what you want to do. He's the best horse in the race, but this isn't the plan, is it? And there's bigger pots down the line. This would give him a little bit of experience as well on the racetrack, I suppose, at Cheltenham. So
yeah.
And then if he doesn't handle it, they can target something else. So there's a lot of fact-finding missions, isn't there, at the moment, like you said. So, but that goes into my thinking. I feel like you have to think like that, because otherwise you're going to back good horses, get stung, get put off by them, and then they're going to win the big handicap that they've been plotting for in a few months' time and stuff. You got to really be careful, haven't you, with these, and who's ready, who isn't, and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if any you guys are all the same, really.
What do you think, Jay?
It's the same, yeah. It goes to show that I've never ever against putting it back to 3 days, but I think it has to happen because the horse population's not there. The strength of owners is killing the sport, and that's just me. It's killing the ordinary Joe Stub. I mean, like, used to see 20 runner supremes with all different owners. I mean, like, that day is gone. Mayor's Novice is killing the Supreme. I don't care what anyone says. There's 20 something runners in the Mayor's Novice last year. Like, why aren't they in the Supreme getting £7? The whole Mayor's program, I understand it's there for a reason, but they have to take it out of Cheltenham. It's getting boring. The field sizes are 4 handicaps on Champions Day. Now, the whole Champions Day is only a gimmick. Forget about that. It's just a gimmick. It's just to sell tickets. But 4 handicaps on the first day of the Cheltenham Festival is a disgrace.
They're not even the best ones either. Like, you got the plate.
I'd never
the 71st 2.5 mile chase at Cheltenham of the year.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's the same horses in those races. Do you know what I mean? Like, they keep messing around. Like, the bloody Grand Annual, we're so used to trends and stats on the old course. Now it's back on on the new course. Then it was back on the old course. Now the plate's been on the new course for years. Now it's on the old course. Whoever's there needs to go.
Totally.
Cheltenham for me, regardless of what's happening with owners, trainers, syndicates, the BHA, whatever, the whole needs to get rid of all of them. And a clean sweep.
Sorry, Joe, go on.
I was just saying the problem with having too many handicaps as well is you're giving graded horses the opportunity to not run to their full level until you get to March.
Potter.
It's just exactly. It's just not fair. Like, look, I love Cheltenham. Give me 6 days. Give me 7 days. I will watch him all week long. But it should be a 3-day festival, and that's going to hurt a lot of people and annoy some people, I know. But it should be as simple.
But
it'll
never happen because people are.
No, of course it won't. I know that.
And they'd love to make it 5, make it an Ascot, and have it 5 days, 6 race cards. That's what they want. And I think eventually it will happen. Go 5 days. And
probably.
If they want a Saturday, they want a 5th day.
Suicidal. Ascot's got obviously runners coming from all over the globe.
And I know all over the globe. And Ascot was 6 races for years over 5 days. Now they've introduced 4 more races, and no one seems to even talk about it. So, do you know what I mean? Compared to the Cheltenham Festival, I know it's different, flat and a national hunt. I understand that, but no, they have to do something. A major reset has to be done about Cheltenham.
I think it's incredible.
Stop messing around with it.
I think it's incredible that somebody's thought, if we move the Mayor's Hurdle, where there'll be a 2 to 5 favourite, and it's a complete non-betting heat to Thursday, then we'll sell more tickets.
Yeah.
Like, who has come up with that as an idea?
What You're not going to sell. What do you guys think of the potential Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Where do you guys sit with that?
No. Saturday, you're competing against Premier League. There's Six Nations rugby. It's insane.
It doesn't affect the DRS.
It'll be on ITV4. Why is our greatest Gold Cup the greatest race of the whole year on ITV4?
You don't think it will go? You don't think it will be on ITV, or that?
No, hoping God's
Do they have the rugby on ITV?
The rugby's on that weekend.
The rugby, yeah.
That's a bit. That's the first major negative someone said to me, because I personally think if you move it to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's easier to sell out tickets for a Friday and a Saturday than it is for a Thursday and a Friday.
It's not the wider audience sitting at home, and some people might not have ITV, which probably everyone does now, but everyone sitting at home might not have access to it, right? But they're expecting you then, because all they want, and it's the same thing, Joe. They don't care about the quality of racing anymore. All they care about is selling tickets.
Yeah. I do agree with the money side of things. One thing that's just bugged me about this whole situation is that people are saying, "Oh, it's too expensive. It's just too expensive." I was like, "It's expensive, but the issue isn't it's not the Jockeys Club issue that accommodation's so expensive. It's like, who's going to make the first move?" And people have spoke about, Chepstow did an offer for the season opener, and they said you could have accommodation tickets and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a different product, isn't it? It's like you're going to sell out in Cheltenham, whatever happens with regards to like accommodations. Like, people are going to turn it if they want to go. So anyway, we have gone off on a bit of a tangent there. I did have another topic, but it's a little bit touchy, and we'll save it for another time, actually. Right, we'll move on to the Per Temps Network Handicap Hurdle over 2 miles. Well, 3 miles pretty much here. There's two I really fancy here, gents. I really, really sweet on one. I think Long Draw is an absolute good thing this weekend. He is one of the bets of the weekend for me. Look, the plan is definitely to go down the Per Temps route. If they can get him in a win position from the get-go, then they can just mind his business, if you like, for the rest of the season. Then they're going to do the same with Active Authority, and then Ollie Murphy's got 2 in the race come March. I also think, though, so Long Draw is my main bet, but Gal Road's going to run a big race here. They can't really afford to get him up too much higher. I think he's a pretty nice horse too. He blimmin' loves Cheltenham as well. So Gal Road and Long Draw, I'd probably play them both, I think, in here. Liam, go on, you were smiling. I want to know what that was.
I completely agree. You're trying to look for horses that are either too high in the handicap already and there's not enough movement in their mark for them to get back to a winning mark from all those that are going to qualify for this. And Galro ticks that box. As you just said, Joe, loves the track. And Long Draw's the other one. You know what you're getting from Ollie Murphy. Every single horse runs on its absolute merit every time it hits the racetrack. I'm going to do exactly what you just said.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Kieran, do you agree or disagree with me and Liam?
I would apologise again for my daughter's intervention.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
and
fine.
The other thing I want to report, we were just talking about the weather, weren't we? The heavens have opened outside. It's absolutely belting it down here, mate.
That was Liam just doing some voodoo.
It is.
Chucking it.
Really belting it down. No, I can just concur what you said about Long Draw. I think I think Ollie Murphy was so annoyed that he didn't get into Pertemps last year. I think he missed out by, was it 2 or 3 spots or something?
Yeah.
I think it was. I think he was first reserve or something stupid. But yeah, he was really gutted he didn't get in because he felt he had a really good chance. Got course form of 2-2-1. Yeah, I think they'll win here, and then, like you said, mind his mark until March. That's for me. See what price we get. The other one I had on my short list is an Emma Lavelle horse. I'm not sure whether she thinks this is the next Paisley Park, but Mas Chateau is the other one. Decent form last season. 2 wins and a third at Doncaster in the River Don. They'd probably go from the front and make the run, I would have thought, but could be decently well handicapped. 7th in the Albert Bartlett as well. I won't mention who behind Joe because you're probably still good about earlier. But...
yeah, exactly. You got me. Watchful Protect is an interesting one, Jamie. Emmett Mullins, Paul Byrne. If he comes, there's a plan, isn't there?
No, as I said to you there before, Joe, these races don't interest me to the actual final.
Fair enough, mate.
But the one, obviously, because he won last year with the Wall Park, and he won at Galway in the summer. Off of Mark now, he's over here 1-3-3. He'd want to be winning this or be in the top 2 to get into the Per Temps, and it's Elliot's horse winning Smut. Would be the only interest for me in this at a tentative vote, but I don't really bet in these races at all because it's a qualified series for one day, and then I'll have a bet.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair. Yeah. I love them, but it's literally whatever angle suits you. And if I get burnt, then I'll kick myself and wish I did what you did. It's one of those. Okay, right, we move on to the Mastersons Holding Hurdle, 2 miles. Good ground, remember, at the moment, but like Kieran said, the heavens have just opened. Give It To Me OJ is even money. Filibustering at 7-2. 8-1 there for Hamlet's Knight. So Galahad in here at 8-1 as well. Okay, so there we go. I didn't know he was entered here too. Depending on where he turns up, I'd back him on the Friday.
He's running Friday.
Cool, perfect. So I fancy him on Friday. Don't fancy him for this. And then you've got the Egyptian Ginge. Go on, the Ginge. Who do you fancy here then, Liam?
I believe that filibustering was jocked up and has since, and then the jockey booking since has been therefore been removed.
Oh,
So I don't really know what's going on there. And if Sir Galahad's also not a runner, I'm not sure when this is going out, Joe. But if it's still Ante-Post prices, then there might be a dirty kind of each way bet that people could
yeah.
snag at a price, because you're going to get two places, and knowing that there's only five runners, potentially even four. Cabello de Guerrera was in my five to follow that we did from the UK a
Yeah.
few weeks ago. We forgot to tell everybody, and I forgot to tell myself that he was running the last day, and he won about 13
Oh,
to
no.
2. I was waiting for handicaps and up in trip, but evidently he handles it over 2 miles. He'll like the challenge of Cheltenham, and if he does chuck it down for the next few days, you can get 25-1 at the moment. He isn't jocked up, so he's not a confirmed runner at this moment in time. But he'd have a chance of filling the places. I imagine it'll be a gift in the end for Give It To Me OJ. Or in actual fact, Give It To Me OJ might be a 1-3, 1-4 shot on even money at the moment. If filibustering and Sir Galahad don't turn up, that evens could be unbelievable value. I suppose it's just knowing that for definite, isn't it, is the problem.
Yeah, exactly, mate. You got it spot on, I think, because I agree. He's going to be hard to beat. Give It To Me, OJ. If they do run this filibuster, and I'd be quite interested in her, I think, actually, just because Harry Dearham seems to be in good nick at the moment. His horses seem to be running well for him. We know he had issues sort of last year as well, so perhaps they're going to start coming good. And he's got some good purchases, so be an interesting one. Just a quick mention, interesting that Give It To Me, OJ hasn't got a penalty here. I'm not sure why that is. I thought he should
Was
have
his
one.
win the last day on the flat?
On the flat.
Yeah,
Epsom, on it.
yeah, but he also won over hurdles, didn't he? He's a hurdle winner already. There's got to be a
Yes, he
reason.
has.
There's
Yeah,
got
you're
to be
right,
a
Joe.
reason for that. There has to be a reason for that. Jamie, who do you fancy? I'm going to find this out.
Quite simple, really. Just give it to me, OJ. He's won his last four in the flat. Won the big novice handicap final at Sandown. Beat filibustering by 21 lengths in the Grade 1 in Aintree, won by Murcia. Put your hands together, wasn't that? He's won a big handicap, the Irish Reservich. Hamlet's Knight is probably the only thing each way for me in this show. One very well at Stratford, one very well at Warwick. Bones jocked up for James Owen. You know, James Owen liked these early season juvenile races. I think it's just completely between the two of them. Look, Filibustering was well touted on More Battle Day. Won the race after More Battle Day with Durham. Then I think maybe could have been a shock to the system to Grade 1 in entry. But it's the way Give It To Me OJ has been running for one his last four in the flat. He's coming here back over hurdles off a mark of 1-4-3. And he's no penalty. He's my eyes clear of all these. He should win. And exactly what Liam says, no filibustering, and there's Hamlet's Knight in the cover. He's going to be 1-2. So like even money could be a bet, but Hamlet's Knight each way. But I'm like, give it to him. Me OJ should be winning this thing.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Kieran?
Yeah, same. Give it to me. OJ should be winning this. Really got the formula, but I think Filibustering's got like 10, maybe 15 lengths to find on that entry run. I think behind Mercia. I think he was sixth, and Give It To Me OJ was fourth, I believe, in the race behind Mercia up at Aintree. One thing I will put up, I think in this race last year, Cromwell had a short one. The one that's short, and then all the hurdles were omitted because of the sun.
Yeah.
And E5 won the
Bottle of
race for
Secret.
Derham.
Bottle of Secret.
Yeah, Bottle of Secret, that was it. So Derham knows how to win the race if filibustering is running potentially, but Give It To Me OJ should win this, I would have thought.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I can't see why he hasn't got a penalty. I'm still trying to find out. I don't understand that. Okay, we're going to move on to the 405, the novice chase over 3 mile, 1 furlong. This again, I do have a bet here. I really like Sport and Glory. He's a really lightly raced 9-year-old for Gordon Elliott. They've been talking about 3 miles for quite a while now. I know he's coming over to running the race. The race doesn't look that strong as well, and I think 133 leaves him quite well handicapped because they're not going to run him until he was ready. They sort of had a bit of a blow away the cobwebs run last time out. I think he's pretty solid here. He's coming in this off a very good weight against horses above him that I think he'd be better than off level weight. So I think he's pretty well in here. Jamie, I've got a feeling you're going to like Welcome to Cartreuse here.
Yeah, that'll win. No more.
Forget mine. Welcome to Cartreuse wins. Kieran?
Yeah, I'm with Jamie. Welcome to Cartreuse. I was waiting for him to run. I was waiting for him to run at Chepstow. Didn't run. They had him touted for the Badger Ales up at Wincanton. That was meant to be the next stop, but obviously that'd probably be too close now. But yeah, they think he's a winner in waiting, and then on to handicaps after that. So yeah, Welcome to Cartreuse for me.
Perfect. And then Liam. You're on mute, mate. Sorry.
That'd be better, wouldn't it? Anyway, obviously finished second.
I thought you were going to tell us something.
Anyway, yeah, obviously finished second behind Caldwell Potter, didn't he, in that novice handicap chase? Obviously, he's gone on to be a graded horse at Aintree. He was all out that day, and look, Aintree isn't obviously it's not Cheltenham, but still he is a graded winner. If he does turn up, which he looks like he will do, Dara O'Keefe's jocked up currently. He would definitely be the bet. I haven't got prices in front of me at the moment, Joe. Have you? Is this race priced up, lads?
Nothing showing yet. No.
So yeah, he'd definitely be the top of my list at this moment in time.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that is a wrap for Cheltenham. But we're going to go around, I guess, get the best bets for the weekend or whatever you fancy, if you have any really. Like I said, I'm a bit behind myself, been a bit all over the shop, but I do have a couple. But Jamie, who are the best bets for the weekend?
Nap is Fortune de Mer on Friday.
Interesting.
And next best, I suppose, like Saturday's poor enough to be honest. Like, give it to me. OJ should win. I know I should be putting up a bigger price.
Hey, winners, James.
Winners. That's about it, really. It's one of those meetings where not to go too mad, but there is winners to be found, obviously. But Fortune de Mer should win.
Perfect. Liam, best bets for the weekend?
Biden, he's let off and he's on a going day. Manila Missile in the first on the Friday at 22-1. Other than that, I think the best bet, the best outlay you can make in any given race is in that Potemps qualifier. Exactly the bet that you alluded to, Joe. The Ollie Murphy Sean Bowen favourite along with Gal Road. Play both of those, win only. I think you'll collect.
Perfect, mate. And Kieran?
Fortune de Mar on the Friday and Long Draw on the Saturday. I think they'll both win. I think they're two decent bets there.
Perfect. Long Draw for me as well, but I do like Cavern Club and Sir Galahad on the first day too. So there's three. Considering I don't fancy much, there's three I do quite fancy. So, right, okay. Thanks everyone that has tuned in. Kieran, thanks for coming on again. If you just want to tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter. My handle's on my page there that you can see. I've got my own Telegram page, which is all connected there. My YouTube channel is all connected to my Twitter handle. So just go there, look at my bio on there, and you'll find all the information. I podcast weekly, the same as you guys. Plenty of content on there. Just come and follow me and find out, guys.
Doing a bit of extra stuff now as well, Kieran. Aren't you looking at like some midweek races and stuff like that, and all sorts going on?
Yeah, I threw up a new video on Monday of the midweek race and Tuesday through to Thursday just to cover off novice races, whether it be hurdles or chases, just newcomers coming in. Like they may not potentially be running on your Saturday. People may miss them. Like there's a few out today, like that 3-runner race we had yesterday up at Perth. Obviously, Liam put it on Racing TV, but big time over there. But there we go. So. Yeah, there's few decent ones at Worcester today. I know your boy ran at Worcester today. Unlucky not to win, but I think he'll win certainly when he goes up to 3 miles. If anybody else but Sean Bowen was on the second, I think you've been all right on Wade Out. I think you've been all right. He's riding out of his skin.
And what days do your sort of like midweek episodes come out where you cover the midweek racing? Do you get them out on
Monday? Monday for those, and then Thursday for the weekend stuff.
Awesome.
All right. All right, man.
Yeah, thanks very much, Kieran. Thanks for coming on once again. Liam, you've had your first racing TV appearance now. I sat there and watched it all day. Brilliant stuff. Did you enjoy the experience, mate?
I did, mate. Very much so. Thank you. Yeah.
Good stuff. And Jamie, what you got planned for the weekend? You going to watch the racing, or are you busy this weekend?
The kids bank holiday weekend in Ireland, so we go out.
Dad duties then for Jamie. Okay, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, really appreciate you all. If you can hit like and subscribe, we really do appreciate it. We'll get notified when all the new stable tours come out. We've got loads of content coming up as well. We're going to start rolling out the Ante-Post stuff in the near future too. We don't want to go too soon, but we are starting to get a little bit itchy. So we'll be back real soon with some more content. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.